Hello guys, and thank you for watching another episode of our Certified Supplier Initiative Pinghu Factory Tour. I'm gonna be your host, Darnell. So, Certified Supplier Initiative was launched by China Toy and Juvenile Products Association. We are here today to evaluate toy manufacturers or toy factories based on our 5 criteria. These are product safety, safety assurance, specified standards, self-export capability, and social responsibility. I'm here today in Pinghu Zhejiang province. It is a hub of 300 or more than 300 manufacturers, service providers of toy ride-on cars or children's ride-on cars. Now, Pinghu is actually a revenue generator. It actually generated around $3 billion just last year. Now, without further ado, we are going to be checking out the factory behind me right now, which is Dake Baby Carrier Company Limited. Let's go check them out. All right, so let me give you a little bit of an introduction about the featured company for today. So we are here at Dake Baby Carrier Company Limited. Now, the company was actually established in 2013, and they specialize on ride-on cars, and they have actually design offices in Shanghai, Taizhou, and Huangyan. So this factory is actually 28,000 square meters. So we have a lot of ground to cover. And they have several production lines. They have 130 employees. They have several production lines actually, which we're going to be checking out later on. I'm really excited when it starts from the beginning, where it's like just in parts, and at the end, it's going to be the finished product. So stay tuned for that. And they also send out all their products, they test them to third-party agencies or third-party laboratories. This actually provides unbiased reports about their products. So if you are interested with this company, they usually send their products to third-party labs. And the factory is actually ISO 9001 certified. They also have, of course, BSCI certification, and these are just some of the many certifications that we're going to be sharing with you or discussing with you later on. Now, they have licenses for Ford, for different car manufacturers like Ford, Ranger, Volvo, Volkswagen, Lexus, Jeep Wrangler, and Toyota, and a lot. So, if you're excited about this, I want you to stick around. So without further ado, let's go check them out right now. Right, and now we are in one of their workshops, and of course I am here at the assembly line of Dake. Now, the assembly line of course starts from the inception of the product, right? It starts where all these small parts come together, the body of the vehicle. And over there, if you go over there, our friend over there is actually installing some of the gears, and our friend over here is screwing some more stuff here. Oh, it's actually the LED lights. It's actually installing the LED lights. And some stickers, of course, that will show that these have passed the QC part. Because along the assembly line, there are actually quality inspectors as well as they go through. Because on top of this assembly line, they actually have all these guides, all right? All these guides, or should I say a template that they follow on every stage of this assembly line. So he's screwing some more stuff there, like the bumpers, all right? So now it's starting to come to life. It's showing that it has all these different parts. Kind of getting lost, but anyway, like these bumpers, it's actually installing these bumpers, right? And some few accents that come with it. And our friend over here is actually installing more wires. He's installing these, right? It comes with the LED light at the back. There you go. He's gonna be installing more of them. All right, he's connecting all of them. Actually, it's so easy because each actually come with a socket that comes with it. So it's so easy to install, right? And then here they actually install some of the suspension or the shock absorbers, right? Comes with some of the closures of this suspension, and of course the bottom part of the chassis where it hides some of the components. And our friend over here actually is in charge some of the batteries. I can see here what we have. Oh, it's pretty heavy. This is kind of installing some of the batteries that come with the product, and some stickers, some accents, let's say like this sticker, installed some of these stickers, some some really important components, and he's actually almost done. He's putting all these wires. You can see some videos, some close-ups while I'm talking and while I'm actually sharing this with you. So he's installing the batteries right now and some seat belt. And then down to the next stage, we have some friends over here who are actually installing the front panel of these this specific one, the Jeep. So he's putting more stuff, more wiring, all right, and stickers. So he's installing more stuff here, some more screws and bolts, and he's just installed the doors for this model, this Jeep model. There you go. Let's move to this part. And along the way, aside from the people who actually assemble them, along the way, parts are also being installed. Like for example, this steering wheel is being installed by this lovely lady over here. There you go. She's gonna be screwing and getting all these wires. And as you can see, guys, it's starting to look like a real vehicle, right? But of course, since it's gonna be shipped to the customers, it will not come with the wheel installed already. You need to install. They pre-installed some of the main components, electronics, and all these parts, but the wheels and all this stuff should be installed by the customer, of course, so that they can save space as well when it's being shipped to you. Now, I have a friend over here who's actually doing some more quality check. He's actually checking, cleaning up the product, wiping it with a fine fiber cloth, if that's right. And on this part, of course, is gonna be the final part where they get all the accessories packed, right? It's the packaging part. So he puts on the wheels, the steering wheel with the plastic, all the necessary parts, front wheel, back wheel. So 4 wheels are gonna be included. There you go. I think I'm blocking. And the bumpers, you know, the hood. There you go. But everything's already pre-installed. But most of it, you know, the big parts are not. So they're gonna be ready now. Okay, there you go. So it's gonna be packed with this nice plastic. Pretty durable actually. And they put it inside the box. Okay, once everything's boxed, they place it here. There you go. And this special wire. There you go. And now it is ready for storage over there. All right. I hope you had fun on this specific part of the tour where it is the assembly line. So what I have here on my side are actually the raw materials for the plastics and all these things. Actually, all the materials that they use for the production of their products, actually they are eco-friendly. They ensure and they try their best to get everything from top to bottom, from screws to bolts, for everything. The product itself, not only about child safety, of course, all the raw materials as well, they ensure that it is actually eco-friendly. Right, so we're in their warehouse. This is actually one of the floors that I'm in right now. So actually, this is, I think, the 4th floor. Because like what I mentioned in the introduction of this factory tour is they can actually produce about 30,000 units of all these big boxes annually. So they require a very, very huge warehouse. So what I'm seeing here, they have all these different brands here, all this finished product. They all went through quality check already. These are actually ready to be shipped. It is a huge facility and I'm only in one of the floors. They have, I think, 2 or 3 more floors just for the warehouse alone. So what's cool about it is all these are ready to be shipped and that they can produce about 30,000 units or cars a year. All right, we are now here at a showroom of Dake Baby Carrier Company Limited's amazing showroom. So I really want to feature every one of them, but I only can't feature one for now because, you know, they have this new product, but just a teaser. It's from Mercedes-Benz. But before that, let me just give you a little bit of an insight about this. So actually, they have 4 professional workshops and they have introduced automation and new technology with their production line. Now, they also pick specifically eco-friendly raw materials. That means it's not only about the safety of the operation of these ride-on cars, it's also about the safety for the environment from down to the last part, to all the materials that they use for these cars or these ride-on cars. Now, on the production line, of course, they take big pride or good pride with the quality control, the quality inspectors, which we'll be checking out later on, especially during the assembly line. But anyway, let's go straight to our featured product. So what I have here actually is a Mercedes-Benz four-wheel drive ride-on car. The cool thing about this, it's pretty unique actually. So not only that it's four-wheel drive, because you know, other conventional ride-on cars, they only run like conventional cars, two wheels, and that is enough. But this one is actually four-wheel drive. Now, what is the advantage of a four-wheel drive ride-on car? By the way, this is a battery-operated ride-on car. So the advantage of having a four-wheel drive ride-on car is no matter whatever terrain, the car will not get stuck. It will be really upsetting or frustrating if the car gets stuck, you know, in some corner. But having four-wheel drive, and I know if you're a dad, you know this very well. If you like cars, four-wheel drive, it's a big advantage. But it doesn't end there. Also, you might be seeing some B-rolls right now about this product, some close-ups. But they also have individual suspension. So each of these wheels actually have their own suspension. That means it provides more comfort. And now they didn't just put regular springs, right? So actually it kind of looks like a real suspension, because I know cars and I know motorcycles. They're enclosed in a transparent cylinder or casing or enclosure, and you can see the shock absorber. And it's actually installed on each of the wheels. Now, also what's unique about this specific model, the Mercedes-Benz four-wheel drive, is the bottom part, because since 2021 they started producing, they want to step up their level. So this specific model actually at the bottom, there's a plate, so it does not expose all these wires, all the mechanisms and all these things. So it's like a real vehicle. I'm going to show you that video clip right now. So it actually has the bottom covered, and it has all this metal framing. It's like it almost has like a real life like car chassis, right? Now also it has different accelerators. It has one here in front. The doors can actually be opened. I'm gonna open them. There you go. And to open them, actually, it's like a real car. Others, you just flip them, right? This one, you have to press this button like a real car. And I love how this is actually painted. It's in glossy and kind of it's a little touch of metallic like the Mercedes-Benz, the actual model. It also has some nice side mirrors. It also has LED lights for lifelike, you know, experience for the kids. And of course, some seat belts and this nice comfy seat. Now the seat is not just made of plastic. It has this upholstery as well. I don't know if you can see that, right? So it provides more comfort like a real car. Now, I want you to come over here. I want you to check this out, all right, here. There you go. So it also has different modes, and it has like forward, you know, neutral and reverse. All right, so it also has this mode where you can actually just use two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. You have that two options, and it comes, of course, the conventional MP3 player, USB port. There you go, some music. I hope I can stop this music. Okay, let me just go here, and it does have. Do you hear that, guys? It's like an accelerator. So you have this different modes. You can set the volume of that as well. So it has lifelike audio or lifelike sounds. There you go. Okay, it actually accelerates as well. There you go. So it also has working buttons for the horns, and at the back, over here, it also has nice LED lights. Actually, these are quite useful, especially kind of in the low light or kind of dark conditions. It's almost like a real four-wheel drive. I love how everything is actually so detailed. And of course, this product is licensed under Mercedes-Benz. The importance of, you know, having toys such as this one is basically more on creativity, more on role play, simulation. It kind of helps kids or toddlers as well to, you know, grow, to develop, to explore the creative side, right? And also, before I forget, It also runs with a 2.4 gigahertz remote control. It is for the purpose, if the kids cannot operate this yet, actually you can use that remote control. So, talking about the products, let me share with you all the certifications as well. All right, talk about safety, talk about certifications. Actually, in this section of the showroom, I have here a couple of certificates that I want to share with you guys just to prove that Dake actually complies with all these different standards. So I have here, of course, the BSCI certification. This is more for the welfare of the employees in the factory. Now, also they have, of course, their EN71 or STM F963 certifications as well, or test reports that ensures that all the products that they have here actually comply with the American and the European standards. So, of course, they have all these different certifications from China Toy and Juvenile Products Association, of course. That's why we're here. And, of course, this is a certified ISO 9001 factory. And these are their certifications. Let me also mention that if you have specific, let's say, specific requirement in your region, they can also actually do that for you. And this shows that the factory actually complies with different standards and certifications for Europe and America. All right, so I'm in a special, actually a special. There you go. So actually what they do is they drop test the product in the package. There's a certain height that I actually follow. It's one of the quality inspectors, and he drops it cornered on the side. There you go. They drop it on different angles, different heights. There's a specific height actually. There you go. And then once they've done that, on the sideways, different ways on how they actually test it. Wow. I thought they was gonna drop it just a couple of times. They actually drop it on all sides, all angles, with an actual finished product inside this box. So, all sides, wow. And then this side. And then, oh really, all sides, here you go. There you go. And then after doing this, they actually will open the product and they will check the product. Did it survive the impact? Did it survive that drop test? So he's gonna open this again. So this, what they do is actually random check. They check randomly in the warehouse and they open it and everything looks intact. As you can see, everything's well padded. Everything's well padded. Wow, look at that. So they dropped it in all different angles and on different sides of this product. So that means this product will actually survive and arrive to the customer in one piece and in perfect piece, I mean. So anyway, so let's move to the other facility, all right? That was pretty cool. So I'm actually in one of the cars that you've seen in the, or you may have seen in the assembly line, right? It's the Jeep, the ones that was shown earlier and how this thing was assembled and made. So also one of the tests is not just the drop test, also what includes is durability test. So can you imagine, I'm not a toddler, I'm a 43-year-old average sized Asian guy who's sitting on a child's toy right now. So we're actually going to test it as well. So they do this random check or tests for quality and durability of their products. So I am going to test this right now. There you go. So the machines are actually pretty strong. There you go. A big adult like me can actually ride this thing. There you go. All right, so it's actually, I think it already passed because my weight and the operation of this Jeep or this ride-on car, electric or battery-operated ride-on car, actually passed my specific test. And of course, I'm not a toddler, right? It can load the weight. So they check the load of the weight, if the gears are gonna be functioning, if all these, even the steering wheel, if everything can hold it. So if it passes me, then definitely it's gonna be working perfectly fine. It passed all these tests for a toddler, for a child. So anyway, enough of this test. I had so much fun. Maybe I'm gonna leave you guys in a bit. I'm gonna go there. Bye! Wow! One of the criteria that we're looking for when we do a factory tour is social responsibility. Remember, they are BSCI certified, right? So behind me right now, it's actually around, yeah, so about lunchtime. So we're expecting people to come in and out of this canteen. So they have the pantry or the canteen just behind me, and it's part of the facility of this factory. So it actually can house and can serve or cater about 100 employees at a time. It has a company-owned restaurant as well where they serve good food. We're gonna be eating later on actually because it's about lunch. All right, so this is one of the things that they provide for the employees. They take care of the employees, ensure that the welfare of the employees is being taken care of. All right, so finally I get a hold of our special guest for this episode because we've been touring around this factory and I had so much fun, and with their hospitality and everything that we did in this factory was so much fun. And I'd like to introduce to you, of course, Catherine. Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
Yeah, Catherine is the Deputy General Manager of Dake. And I have a couple of questions that you might find interesting as well. So basically, I just want to go straight to it. So I was chatting with Catherine for the whole day. I've learned a lot about this company, but I want to share this with you guys. So how long has Dake been in the toy ride-on car business?
I think around 10 years. And from these 10 years, we learned so much for the toy business.
So 10 years means it gives you the right as to be an expert in this kind of specific industry, this ride-on car toy cars, right?
Yeah, not very expert, but we are professional doing the ride-on business.
I see. Yeah, because I've seen like when I was at the showroom, I've seen how some of the simple toys ride-on cars to the complicated, like almost lifelike. It's like I'm a dad. It's like I want to have one because there's so much lifelike, you know?
Yeah. Actually, you know, our company is focusing on the branding cars, and we think some dad or some mommies, if they drive the real car like Mercedes-Benz, Ford, or McLaren, and their children also love. So we are working with the branding factories, and they give license to us, and we do the designing, and then we design the cars for the children.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I used to buy ride-on cars, but not battery operated for my kids, the push-on, way back. I have 4 kids, so I know this very well. So I'm just amazed how Dake kind of level up there. You know, they put new innovation. I noticed that Mercedes-Benz earlier on, speaking of the products, is it has this nice base plate at the bottom. It's hidden. It's like a real car. It does not expose all these gears and everything, right? It's just, I was just blown away with this new model. It's not out yet, right? The Mercedes-Benz 4-wheel drive. Is it out already?
Not ready. It will be ready next month.
Oh, next month?
Yeah, next month.
So you guys are lucky enough to see this earlier on in the showroom part. So it's not out yet, but it might be out next month, right?
Yes.
All right, so speaking of, I was touring around and I want to share because I myself saw this part. So I've been checking out on each production line. You guys have, quality inspectors. I saw how Dake ensures safety for all their products. So can you share a little more about that, about safety, about how you ensure that for our customers?
Yes, thanks for your question. And I think this is a pretty long process.
Yeah.
It's from the very beginning, from our designing process. You know, our designers are designing not only the attractive product, but also the safety product, you know, especially for children. And secondly, after our designing, the designers are still working with our mold factory, and to ensure that all the points are can be realized in the mold. So our mold factory need to keep in touch with our designers and our engineers to ensure all the points. And thirdly, after the mold finish, and they will come back to our factory. And at this stage, our engineers and the QC, they were working together to make many pre-production samples. You know, nowadays we are doing worldwide business, and different countries have different road situation, and especially they have different playing habitat. For example, in China, they just allow to drive in the normal roads, but in some countries, they like to drive in some some situations which has so many frictions.
Yeah, or maybe like off-road, different terrain, different scenarios.
Yeah. Especially they like to go up the snow
Uphill, the
and,
snow, yeah.
upside down, and then they like to go in the grassland, at the gravels as well as in waters. So our engineer and the QC, they were working together to testing in these different situations.
Different environments, different terrains, different surfaces, right?
Yeah, at the same time, they also prepare some samples to send to the professional labs such as Intertech or SGS, something like that.
To get a certification.
Yeah, to get certification and to
test reports.
and test reports to ensure all the products are standard and are safety guaranteed. And after we did all the testings, and the engineers will train our workers as well as team leaders in the workshop, and to ensure the whole production process can do the good products to the children.
So you train them, and then it's so. From the beginning, from the selection of different parts, from the mold, the quality is already injected on each process, right?
Yes. And after the production, and our QC department will do randomly checking in the mass production products, the finished products in the warehouse before loading. At the same time, our sales department and the engineer department and the QC department all will work together to keep in touch with our distributors and our importers all over the world, and to let them know how to use the product and teach them how to teach their distributors and end users.
So even not just about quality, even good quality after sales support.
Yeah, as well as like give them support about the after sales services. So this is a very long, process from the designing process to the end customer.
So it's like it's like, so sorry to budge in, but so it's like quality is not just about how the product is being made. It's also about before it's being made, when it was made, and even after it's been made. You mentioned like they do also random quality check on all the products when they're at the warehouse, even before they're going to be sent out to customers.
Yes.
And then you also mentioned it doesn't end there, because you mentioned even when the customer, the distributor, or your partner, the client, have the product, they also have quality after sales support. So engineers and the sales department and everything.
Yes. So it's a pretty long process.
Wow. So I don't know, but if I were a customer or a client, I would be so secured with all that processes that the Catherine just mentioned, and I'm really so surprised how detailed everything goes when it just comes to just one factor, is the quality. That's just the quality part. Imagine how meticulous, how stringent, how strict it is from the beginning of the process until the end, right? So if you want to contact Dake Baby Carrier Company Limited, you can contact them directly, or you can actually contact CTJPA as well. So until then, we'd like to thank you for joining us and watching our episode. I know it's been a while, and I guess that's it. We have to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.